We're still in February, so we're still on the theme of pleasure. This week we've got the new moon coming on Thursday, so there will be the evening ritual on Thursday night. So remember that. I'll send an email out as a reminder. And let's start by sitting up nice and straight through the spine, nothing rigid, but just giving each of your vertebrae space. Space for those electric currents of the nervous system, space for the fluid currents of the cerebrospinal fluid, and space for movement in the spine. And we're going to breathe in and out through the nose if that's possible. Gently press the tongue up into the roof of the mouth. And allow your face to soften into the gentlest smile. I know how guilty I am of having this frown, this accidental frown where my eyebrows are knitted together and I have no idea that I'm doing it. It's like my default place. So for me, it takes a very conscious decision to allow that to rest. The smile seems to be the most effective way. Letting that smile come up to the corners of your eyes. Dropping right ear to right shoulder. Chin dropping down to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And coming up high and over. How's the neck feeling today? And then changing direction. Some days definitely clunkier than others. Coming back up to center, just noticing if there's anything your neck wants you to do. And then introducing some shoulder circles, slow and steady. Inhaling as the shoulders come up. And exhaling as they come back and down. And then taking your elbows and circling. Notice for yourself the space of your heart as you circle your elbows. What's going on with the shoulder blades? What's going on with the heart space? If there's any tenderness, just make small circles. If there's no tenderness and you feel full of mobility, then maybe take full arm extensions. And then bringing your hands in front of you, do some little circles with your hands, with your wrists. In both directions. They're likely to be very busy today, these hands. Maybe they need a little bit of witch's fingers. And then gently resting them on your knees, start to circle the heart, inhaling as you come forwards. Round to the side, and then a deep exhale as you go back. And really lean back. You can use your hands to anchor you on your knees. And feel how that lower back is doing. And I was very poorly last winter. I went to see a nutritionist, and she helped me get back on my feet. And one of the most potent things that she said to me was, trust that your body knows how to heal. And so as we do these circles, just trust that whatever form or shape those circles are taking, we are opening that invitation up to our body to do what it needs to do in full trust that it has an innate intelligence, that if we let it, if we create the supportive environment for it, it will do exactly what's needed to bring us back into balance. Let's circle the other way. So our job is less trying to heal ourselves and more to create an environment where our body can heal itself. We're kind of the wingman to that process. And coming back to center, letting yourself settle. And I think that really threads into the theme of pleasure, just stepping back and allowing, rather than trying to take control of the show. Let's use this breath practice to acknowledge that we are trusting the innate intelligence within. And starting by bringing awareness to your breath. And for some of us, sitting tall can be a little bit tiring, so things that can help. Sitting on a cushion can help. Working with Mula Bandha, just that gentle lift through the pelvic floor, can help. You can always lie down on your back. So let's start by just witnessing the landscape of our breath. Noticing our individual blueprint. How is your inhale this morning? And how is your exhale? Any little pockets of tension that come to your awareness, take a wriggle and allow yourself some space. And we're going to play around with something called Buteyko breath today. It's a really gentle but very effective way of maximizing the natural balance of our breath. And the way that we do that, we set the scene by measuring the length of the hold at the end of the exhale. So you take a gentle inhale, you then bring your hand up to your nose, pinch your nostrils, breathe out through your mouth until the point where you feel like you've emptied your lungs. And then you hold with your nose pinched and you count for yourself what kind of space you can sit in with your lungs empty until you start to feel that hunger for an inhale, and then you release and take a slow and steady inhale. So the aim is to be able to get a gauge of the count for how long you are comfortable sitting with lungs empty. And an indicator that you've got the right kind of ratio is that the inhale is gentle afterwards. You don't kind of go at the end of the hold. So we're playing in the field of comfort and ease here. We're not going into a place of distress or challenge. And your count, you'll have your own rhythm with your count, your own speed. So way better for you to develop awareness of your own count rather than listening to someone else's. Okay, so we're going to do it a few times. So gentle inhale. Pinching the nostrils. Exhale through the mouth. Slow and gentle. And then pinch and close and hold and count. When you're ready, ease the pinch off. Breathe a slow and steady inhale. Pinch the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. And then hold and count. Breathing in gently when you're ready. Pinching the nostrils as you exhale through the mouth. Hold and count. Do 3 more rounds, building your awareness of your breath. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands down into your lap. So choose a number of the count of the hold, the kind of average. So for me it was between the count of 10 and 12. Find that number for you. And then we're going to take some time to keep the hands in the lap. But you're going to half that number of the hold. So I'm going to say my hold is maybe 6. Because mainly I was going up towards 12 on that hold. So take your number and half it. And we're just going to allow a little bit of play for a few moments, a few minutes, where you don't need to bring your hand up to your nose, just breathing in and out through the nose. And then each time taking that hold for the half count. So I will be breathing in through my nose, breathing out through my nose, and then holding for 6. So you work with your ratio. I've got my eye on the time. We're going to take 5 minutes. And see how that feels. Just be sure there's no tension building in the shoulders and the neck. Feel free to wriggle. Drink water, whatever is called upon during the practice. Nothing needs to be rigid. And maybe keep that little smile if you can, because it's really not that serious, any of this. It's just nourishment. Keeping a softness in the practice. Acknowledging that we're just providing the environment to support the body to do what the body does. Noticing how that feels. So Buteyko breath is traditionally taught as a tonic for any kind of asthma or anxiety, but as someone who suffers with asthma, it really is the most profound remedy for that. So when you have an asthmatic breath, it's a over inhalation, you kind of go and the Buteyko breath is absolutely the reverse. So it's a good one to have in your back pocket in case you come across anyone or you yourself feel any kind of asthma. And we're going to explore an opposite pose or an opposite practice to that. If you're good with Buteyko breath, you are welcome to continue that for the next 5 minutes. Practitioners of it do it maybe for 100 rounds every half an hour if they're feeling anxious. They'll set their alarm and come back to it every half an hour or maybe even every 15 minutes. And so you can do that for the rest of this session. If you're not someone who has asthma and you want to play with a different kind of breath, we're going to take the reverse Viloma to the one we normally do. So normally with Viloma we breathe in and then we take 3 breaths out, very calming. This time we're going to take 3 breaths in and 1 long breath out. So this is a stimulating breath. Definitely not one to do if you are in any way feeling anxious or short of breath. Okay, so that's, you either carry on with the Buteyko breath or you can play with Viloma. So for those of you coming into Viloma, take a nice steady inhale and a nice steady exhale. And this time we kind of do the reverse to the normal Viloma. So you start with your belly, so you can bring your hands to your belly, your lower belly, so just beneath your tummy button. And you're going to breathe in from that space. Then you're going to take your hands to your lower ribs and you're going to breathe in from that space. And then you're going to take your hands to your collarbones and breathe in from that space. And then take a deep exhale that rushes or flushes the whole way through. So it's an inhale, an inhale, an inhale, and an exhale. So this is a stimulating breath. It's a Monday morning, let's get this week going breath. Inhale once, inhale twice, inhale a third time, deep long exhale. Inhale once, inhale twice, inhale third time, long exhale. Feel free to abandon it if it's not feeling good. Only do this if it's bringing pleasure. Inhale once, inhale twice, inhale a third time, deep, long exhale. Breath is through the nose. Inhale once, inhale twice, inhale a third time, long exhale. 5th round. Inhale once, inhale twice, inhale a third time, long exhale. And find your pace. We'll do 5 more rounds in our own time. Letting the breath go, let it drop into an easy, natural place. Noticing how you feel. So that Viloma breath in reverse is a very common practice, a very fashionable practice at the moment. If you go to any of the breathwork teachers that have been trained by David Elliott, or you can recognize them because they're usually very beautifully branded and cool, and it's very, very trending breath. And the way that it works is it overstimulates the nervous system. So it brings you into sympathetic nervous system function. And then when you stop, it allows parasympathetic nervous system function to drop in and bring you back to calm. So it's almost like poking the tiger to remember your capacity to go in and out of fight and flight or rest and digest, because you want a state of fluidity between those two places. So let's come back to bringing some neutral space between those two states with some gentle square breathing. So I think all of you know the square breath practice now. You inhale from right hip up to right shoulder, hold as you travel across from right shoulder to left, exhale as you travel from left shoulder down to left hip, and then travel across the base from left hip to right as you hold. Inhaling, holding, exhaling, and holding. So I'll talk you through a round. We'll do a count of 4 because that's usually very gentle for everyone. So let's all begin with an exhale. Start with an inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Maybe bring Mula Bandha in as well. 4. Inhale. Engage Mula Bandha and hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Easy breath. Let go of any kind of form or shape. Just let it be what it wants to be. Acknowledging the intelligence within the body to do what the body does. And committing to creating the most nourishing and supportive environment we can for our bodies to do that thing. Namaste, everybody.